a long process and definitely a learning curve, but I think the outcome is really beautiful. And we're going to use today as an opportunity for everyone to kind of speak a little bit to their specific component of the project and tell us a little bit more about it. You do have all of their contact information and an informational brochure with you. If you have any questions, you can ask those after each presentation. Following everyone's 5 minutes of fame, if you will, there'd be an opportunity to tour the Mercury facilities. You can let us know. And then we do ask the manufacturers to hang back for a few moments so we can have a discussion on what the future looks like and potential collaborations going forward that you might want to engage with. I apologize, allergies have my voice a little quiet. With us today, we have members of the Design Committee of Faribault Main Street. We also have Main Street Board members. And then we have each of our manufacturing partners and representatives from the city as well. If you're unfamiliar, Main Street is a downtown revitalization effort hosted through the Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce and Tourism. And these benches act to add both art and functionality to the downtown district. And we're really proud to be part of this project, and we thank you all for your collaboration as well. We're going to start with Tom Rank from Alliant Castings. We'll then move to Mercury, Minnesota, and then we'll have Adam Scholagurdes with Cicada Carver Signs and Creations present. We are expecting someone from MRG to arrive. They're not here yet, so we'll put them at the tail end then, just in case they are able to make it. So with that, Tom.
So we cast the bench legs and out of a class 30 gray iron. So Kelly sent the base design to us. We laser scanned that base design, created a three-dimensional model of the base design and modified it. And she also sent this bottle opener, fluid-to-lead bottle opener, of which we scanned as well, scaled it up and incorporated it into the base design. Used some 3D printing to modify the tooling a little bit, cast the legs, and then powder coated them.
These benches they've taken a while. Sure. And the most difficult piece for us as we were bringing the project together was finding ends that were well, affordable.
Yep.
But also they needed to be reflective of the period that we're trying to celebrate in Faribault's history, or early in our history. So we found one set of these ends on eBay.
Oh, wow.
And bought those, and found like 2 more sets over a period of almost a year. So it's going to take a while to get to 25 benches worth of ends on these. And search to find somebody that could manage the process of making these for us. And it was painful. We almost went to Canada. We found a place in Canada that would have been the most affordable.
Sure.
And then a good old Minnesota partner down in Winona comes to the rescue. And I want to make a specific thank you for the contribution that you also made. Much of their services were donated to the project. Helping make these custom ends that are period appropriate with the Faribault fleur-de-lis affordable and possible for us to get this project done. Sure. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate the opportunity. So we're kind of an old industry. Castings have been around for thousands of years. So we married some new technology with an old process, and we welcome the opportunity, actually. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
To put it into perspective, too, I called over 65 foundries in all 50 states before we were able to connect with Tom at Alliant. And that was on a referral basis that we actually ended up finding you. So the fact that we were able to support a local business and just pop down to Winona was really a huge asset, and they turned out beautifully. And we love that you were able to integrate the fleur-de-lis.
I'll kind of describe our role a little bit. Since MRG is in here, I can kind of, knowing that we're both in metal, I can kind of speak to it. So Mercury as a business, what we did is we just put that finishing coat on there. So we painted these benches that brown. This is all a powder coat system. So within our building, we have a wash system to prep this metal as well as paint it. So if you guys want to go on a tour later, you can certainly see, we'll definitely stop there and kind of show you that process of what happens. But this is a powder coat on there. By going with a powder coat, this is going to be outside. The powder coat is going to last a lot longer than a liquid paint will. You get a lot better adhesion with a powder coat than you do with a liquid, especially with our process. So we etch it with an iron phosphate. That basically makes like the one side of the Velcro, and the paint is the other side of the Velcro as well. So when it comes together and bakes, it sticks together a lot harder. Now the actual design shape of The benches were cut out with a laser. It's just it's a program that that's loaded up. You put it in, it just goes, does that, and then you go over to the brake presses, puts all the brakes in there to get the curvature of it. If you notice on these, it's not a perfect curve. When you're doing a curve like this, unless you have a very large die, you cannot get that. So you actually have to break it or hit it in multiple different locations. So that's why you see those little lines on there to get that break, that curl to come into it, and then you kind of just break it over and get that overall curl. So for us at Mercury, it's pretty simple. Cut it with a laser, form it, paint it, and then assemble. So at its core, it's extremely simple, but it's a very needed part of obviously the benches to get formed with the form and the shape. So.
Hi everyone, I am Adam Scholagurtis with Cicada Signs, Carvers and Creations. I came into the process, I was given the artwork to match up with these benches, and I took that artwork and made sure that they fit the benches, and I printed them all out, and on a vinyl that's rated for like 8 years or so, and they have a UV laminate on them. It's like what I would put on a truck door or a sign that's going outside. And then to finish it off, I have a acrylic clear pen that I'm going around the edges and sealing up that edge to help from vandals trying to peel them off, or just, you know, weather in general, even trying to, with the Minnesota weather, they shrink and contract, and so this should help seal those edges up from anything gets thrown at it, I guess. So I do have one that I can try to quickly apply here for you guys to see a bit of the process.
You know, it's interesting you say clean shop, because myself and Corey, we very much like a clean shop. We don't think this is clean, honestly, but we have a lot of people that come through and say, holy cow, how do you guys keep it so clean? And I mean, it's a metal fabricating shop. I mean,
right.
You can only keep it so clean, but it is what it is. So thank you.
So if it's done right, it all works.
Adam's also done some of the design work on the benches, and going forward as we look to potentially add more benches, he'll be doing that design work as well. We do want to also thank the design committee of Main Street for their vision on this project, and of course all of our partners for their collaboration and their contribution. We know Alliant, for instance, made a very generous donation that helped make this possible, as well as all of our sponsors. There will be a ribbon cutting probably later this month. You'll all be notified of that as well. We'll do a ribbon cutting with the ambassadors and a history stroll on the street where people can go and see all of those benches with some light refreshments as well. And that'll be another really lovely celebration. So do look forward to that as well.
I guess the last thing that I would want to make sure that we share is the significance of these. So these are built. These are Faribault made and Winona made, and manufactured, Faribault designed. These are going to be around for 100 years, you guys. These are just incredible relics. that we can create now, honoring our history then, and it'll be for the next 100 years. These things will be around and being enjoyed to help celebrate that rich history in Faribault. Chamber of Commerce is very proud of all of our partners in this, and the idea that it was born from the Main Street group and executed here in Faribault makes it very special. This isn't outsourced, this is Faribault made, so very appreciative of everybody's efforts on this. Thank you so much.